Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Sorry this video was actually quite late in comparison to when the news came out, but we have had news, or leaks so to say, that next week is 100% guaranteed that we are getting the Tower God collab. So this is the Tower God collab, once again, 70th leaks, leaked it today with the assets for Shin and Clocks, like we always does. And so the new Tower God collab, and now a new collab with Tower God is coming next week with new units, and I'm not going to try and pronounce his name because I'll butcher it, but we're getting 3 characters apparently, which makes me feel like that maybe this collaboration isn't the like most effort put in. Maybe it was just a throw out there sort of thing, because I don't think this collab will replace our April collab, because they did talk about how they're working on a collab that they're going to try and get out before the second half. So yeah, they're going to try and get out during the first half of this year, and the only real slot we have is April. Can't be February. End of February is global anniversary. Then normally around end of March you then have whatever really, normally Catastrophe or Rag. We got Catastrophe last year, could be Rag this year, and of course in the month after that is our really only like free month, because of course May you've got JP anniversary, so it's really only April we've got where the collab is. Which is kind of good, because what this tells us is that this doesn't take up the collab spot as it's coming out next week. Of course, this is on JP, it's coming out next week, not on Global. But it means that it's not taking up the collab spot in April, which is nice. And with that, we also got some other quite cool news in other gacha games. The Konosuba game is having a collaboration with Eminence in Shadow, which is the first, I'm pretty sure it's the first game that Eminence in Shadow has actually collaborated with. Which is kind of good, because it means that Eminence in Shadow has now collaborated with games. Means that there is a possibility that Grand Cross could collaborate with them. They did also state that it's a highly anticipated collaboration. Means it will be one of a few. Eminence is a super popular show. It's one of the most top-rated isekai animes. There's one. You got Konosuba, once again, is in the top 9. Pretty sure both seasons are in top 9 for most popular isekai. You got Sword Art we could possibly get. Fate, I think, is a push, but it's possible. And of course, there are a lot of other really isekai ones. They could go for Saga of Chanyu the Evil. You know, they could try and finish Isekai Quartet, is what I think they could do. But I think we could be looking at maybe Eminence or Konosuba, mainly because those 2 collaborations I see as being quite hype just in general. Of course, Konosuba is getting a new season this year. It also had the Megumin season, or the Megumin series, spin-off series, that came out end of last year. Eminence in Shadow finished releasing, I think, not end of last year, I want to say end of last year sometime. Eminence in Shadow Season 2 finished airing as well, so gives them a little bit extra time to work on characters, and the fact that we know that we are getting 3 characters with this collab is kind of nice. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll end up getting a free character, which is kind of sad, but of course, there's nothing much we can do about that, and of course, when the patch notes come out, I'll go over it, all that kind of stuff. But we could see what they did with Slime, which I kind of hope they don't, and that's they just make an SR character and make them free. Sort of like what they did with AOT as well. I wouldn't like to see that, honestly. I do think that would be kind of a waste, especially the fact they've only made 3 SSR characters, unless this was just a throw. What I mean by throw, I'm not saying, oh, the collab's a waste sort of thing, but this collab was like, they want to do it, so they're just going to throw it out at some random time. It wasn't, there wasn't tons and tons and tons of man hours put into it. They didn't have to get millions of IPs, millions of permissions, all this other work looked into, comparison to another collab. For example, Overlord, they'd have to get the IP, they didn't have to make all this stuff for it, make all the assets for it, go back to the people who, of course, the IP, I'm guessing they have to go back to the IP and say, hey, this is what we made, can you approve it? Because I'm guessing it has to be approved, because of course they can't just release... They can't get an IP and then just release whatever they want with it. They couldn't have got Overlord and then released a nude Albedo skin, sort of thing. Well, maybe they can. I'm not sure. Of course, I don't know what half these companies have to go through, but I'm guessing they have to make it and then have to get it approved by not only, of course, Grand Cross's management, but the IP as well will probably end up. The IP owner will also have to end up giving it the thumbs up to say it's all good. And of course, because they own Tower of God, I'm pretty sure they own the IP. Pretty sure they own everything for Tower of God. I'm pretty sure. So it's probably an easy IP for them. They thought we'll just add 3 characters. Sort of use it as a promotional as well, because of course 3 characters we are getting, only one of them is basically from the first season. I've watched Tower of God. The only person that I know is that woman there. I don't know these two. I'm guessing this guy's the main character who's like grown up because it's probably some sort of time skip sort of thing. And of course, they are actually getting this show is actually getting a second season in July, I think. Of course, unless it changes, which is a possibility they get pushed back. But no, this is what we're gonna get. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope the collab's good. See you in the next one. Goodbye.